Hello, one person. Wait for a few other people to join. Um, I don't know what it looks like on you guys' end, but on my end, there's like a little live chat box over towards the right. If you could just type in there your name if we know each other, that'd be cool so that I know who I'm teaching. Um, oh, bye. Hello to the one person who's here. If you're looking for yoga, you're in the right spot. Well, whoop. Okay. Bye. Well, I don't know if this is the same person who's logging on and off right now. If it is, just tell me in the chat box. We can talk. You can talk to me. I'm just waiting for other people to join before we get started. And just let me know who you are, if you're a Hunter student or if you're a Hunter staff or alum, or if you're not affiliated with Hunter in any way. Just go over to the live chat and let me know. If we know each other, if you're new to my class, maybe you take Tammy's class on Mondays, or if you're new to yoga completely, or if you're not even affiliated with Hunter, just let me know in that chat. Hopefully we're not having connection issues. I see people getting on and off and on and off. I want to wait a couple more minutes before we get started. Nothing. No one, everyone's being shy. No one wants to say hi. Let's see. Well, while we're waiting for people, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. I am having a pretty bad situation in my rotator cuff, which is in my shoulder. What that means is yoga is not the best exercise for me right now. But I still am going to teach you. I'm assuming that since this is through Hunter that you've taken my class before. If you haven't, just please tell me in the chat. I know maybe you don't want people to know who's here or whatever, but it'll help me know really how I have to teach in order for you to follow along clearly. If you've done yoga before, just tell me in the chat so that I know, because I'm not going to be able to demo pretty much anything. It hurts when I move my arm anywhere. So I don't really, I kind of want to baby it a little bit. So, oh yeah, more people are coming. So just go ahead and tell me in the chat box if you've done yoga before. If you haven't done yoga before, everybody's welcome here. If you haven't done yoga before, I just want to make sure I'm saying things in a way that's good for someone who's brand new to yoga. And if you have done yoga before, I want to make sure I'm saying things that aren't like obvious and duh for you. So yeah, I just want to make sure everybody has a good time. And it'll help me if I know if you've done yoga before or not. And there are certain things that maybe I'll show if it's my legs, but I won't be able to show the arms of a warrior two and that kind of thing because I really don't want to screw my shoulder up more than it already is. So we're gonna get started. Now that we have 3 people here, I'll plug my microphone in so that you don't hear the echoiness of the computer. Looks like some people are logging in and off. Oops, that's my phone. Sorry. So hopefully the connection gets a little better for you guys. And so wherever you are, you can just take a comfortable seat. And if you're just joining us, give me 1 second. If you're just joining us, please just tell me in the chat box whether or not you've done yoga before. And if you know me, that knowing me would be great because then I would know that you know how I teach my classes. If you missed it, I have been having some pretty intense shoulder pain, and yoga is not good for me right now. So I'm going to teach you, but I'm going to teach you without doing the classes. So I want to just make sure my language is appropriate for who's in the class. So if I have more of a beginner person, I need to make sure I'm teaching in a way that they'll be able to understand what to do without me having to show. So yeah, just tell me in the chat box if you've done yoga before. And I'm going to plug my little microphone in. That's sure. And if you haven't, just tell me. All right. So, and take a deep inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Do that again. Breathe in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And then do that one more time, breathing in and breathing out. And then just let your eyes open and just start by laying down on your backs, please. 1 second. All right. Reach your legs forwards and stretch your arms back. And just take a nice big stretch like you're waking up in the morning. Try to reach your legs as far forwards as you're stretching your arms back so it kind of feels like you're getting pulled in 2 different directions. Good. And then again, the chat box is there. So if for some reason you're not getting something, I know it's not the most ideal situation, but if you're not getting something, maybe chat with me, tell me you're not getting it. Or if you find that I'm moving too fast or slow, tell me and I'll change it. All right, go ahead and start to hug your right knee into your chest. Get your leg nice and folded up as close to you as you can get it. And then stretch your right leg forwards, hug your left knee into your chest, get that leg nice and folded up. Again, as close to you as you can get it. And then you can switch your sides. Hug your right knee in, hug your left knee in, going as quickly and slowly as you want. So some people like to go really fast here, switching their sides. I like to go very slowly. So do whatever you'd like to do. Quickly or slowly is fine. Good. And then you're just going to start to hug both knees into your chest and just start to take some circles with your hips. Just kind of massaging out your lower back. This is a test in listening and a test in my speaking abilities. You never know how much you need your arm until you can't use it anymore. Okay. And then from here, you're just going to stretch both arms back towards the back of the room again. And you're just going to start to walk your feet with your legs straight over towards the right. And then just start to walk your arms over towards the right. And you're going to be in this like nice banana curved shape. You're not going to actually lift your back up off the ground. Your back's going to stay on the ground. It's just a very passive stretch that you'll feel on your left side, maybe around your left ribs. And if you'd like to hold on to opposite elbows here, you can. If that doesn't feel great in your shoulders, then you can keep your arms extended and just kind of be in a place that's comfortable. And if you are holding onto opposite elbows, then just gently tug at your upper left arm, maybe right above the elbow, and see if that gives you a little bit more of a stretch through your left ribs. And then with that gentle little tug, just go ahead and breathe a little bit more fully into the left side of your ribs, using your inhales to expand out into your rib cage and your exhales to let it kind of come back in. Looks like maybe people are having issues with the connection. Looks like people keep coming on and off. So you're still laying down if you're just joining. Good. Okay, and then go ahead and start to walk your hands and your arms and your feet back through center. And then start to walk your feet over towards the left. Walk your arms over towards the left. Again, your back is going to stay completely on the floor. This isn't some big stretch. It's just a very passive opening. And then if you held on to opposite elbows, you're just going to hold on to the opposite elbow. If that doesn't feel good in your shoulders on this side, don't worry about it. Just let your arms do whatever is comfortable for you in this position. And you'll just be in this like little banana shape with your body, or a little crescent shape with your body. And you can use your inhales to kind of expand out into the right side of your rib cage a little bit more, breathing a little bit more fully. And then maybe hold kind of like right above that elbow, like right here, in that upper arm area, if you're holding onto opposite elbows, and give that right elbow a gentle tug, and it'll maybe feel a little bit more of a stretch through the arm and also through your ribs. And then start to bring everything back through center. And you can hug your knees into your chest and rock yourself forwards and back and come all the way up to sit, please. And then once you get there, you're just going to start to move through a few rounds of cat-cow, inhaling to lift your chest, exhaling to round your spine. And for today, as you come into your back bend on your inhale, as you round your spine on your exhale, we're doing cat-cow if you're just joining. So as you move through these movements, what I want you to do is try to initiate your movements from either your spine or your pelvis. Doesn't really matter which one, but what I want you to do is focus on the movement coming from the spine and or the pelvis, because what happens is we tend to get a little bit tricked when our eyes come into play. So we'll think we're back bending when really we're just bending at our neck. And then we'll think we're rounding and really we're just looking down. And you don't really have that much movement in the spine or the pelvis as you're coming in your cat-cow. So for today, try to let your head and your neck move, but move as a result of the spine and the pelvis doing the movement, so that you don't get your have your eyes play tricks on you, basically. Okay. And then you can go ahead and just take one more round of cat-cow like that, and press yourself into a child's pose when you are done. Start to walk your hands over towards the right. Crawl your left hand out a little bit further forwards and get a little bit longer in your left side. And then breathe a little bit more fully into your left lungs. And start to walk your hands back through center and go over towards the left. Crawl your right hand out a little bit further forwards and get a little bit longer in your right side. Breathe a little bit more fully into your right lungs. And then start to come back through center and press yourself up onto your hands and knees. On your inhale, lift your right arm up towards the ceiling. And then on your exhale, thread your right arm underneath your left. Bring your shoulder and your head all the way to the ground. We're doing thread the needle. If you're just coming in, your right arm is underneath your left arm and your shoulder and your head are all the way on the ground. Press your left hand down and away from you and kind of press yourself onto your right shoulder a little bit. If you want to cross your ankles, you can cross your ankles. And then on your next inhale, lift your right arm all the way back up towards the ceiling. And exhale your hands to the ground. Inhale and lift your left arm up. Exhale and thread your left arm underneath your right. Bring your shoulder and your head all the way to the ground. Press your right hand down and away from you and lean onto that left shoulder a little bit more. And then if you want, you can cross your ankles if that feels good for you. And then on your next inhale, lift your left arm all the way back up and bring your hands to the ground. Tuck your toes under and come into a downward facing dog. This part I'll join you guys for this next part. I'm wearing a dress because I did not quarantine and I'm not in my apartment in New York, so I don't really have a lot of yoga clothes here, so sorry. But that's all right. I can still move in a dress. Okay. In your down dog, go ahead and pull yourself forwards into a plank pose. Press the floor away from you with your hands. Try to keep your hips in line with your shoulders. So don't let them drop down. Don't let them lift too far up. You want it to be this nice solid plank. Take a full inhale. And then on your exhale, come back into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Bring your back knee to the ground, untuck your toes, and lift your arms by your ears. Again, I have a shoulder injury. I'm only going to be lifting one arm. Let your hips lean forwards. Reach up through your fingertips, and then find a little bit of a back bend from behind your heart. Take a full inhale here. On your exhale, release your hands to the ground, straighten through your front leg, and fold. Let your head and your neck relax. Your hips can pull back. Let me change this camera a bit. Good. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then we're going to do that 2 more times, a little bit faster using the breath. Inhale, bend your front knee. Reach both arms up towards the ceiling. Let your hips lean forwards. Take an inhale. And then exhale your hands to the ground, straighten through your front leg and fold. One more time like that. Inhale, straight, bend your front knee, lift both arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to the ground, straighten through your front leg and fold. And then this time, take a full inhale here. And then on your exhale, rebend your front knee and step yourself back into downward facing dog. Inhale forwards into plank pose. Exhale and lower yourself all the way to the ground. Come into a cobra pose as you breathe in. Lift your chest, pull your hands back without actually moving them so you feel your shoulder blades slide down your back. And then to come down, tug back with your hands and lower all the way down. Downward facing dog. Inhale and lift your left leg up. Exhale and step your foot between your hands. Bring your back knee to the ground. Untuck your toes. Lean your hips forwards and reach both arms up. Again, just a reminder, I'm not reaching my right arm up because I have a shoulder injury. Reach up through your fingers and then find a little bit of a back bend from behind your heart. Breathe in. And then on your exhale, release both hands to the ground, straighten through your front leg and fold. Take a full inhale here and a full exhale out. And then we'll do that 2 more times using the breath. Rebend your front knee, reach your arms up, take a breath in. And then exhale your hands down, straighten through your front leg and fold. Take a breath out. Inhale, rebend your front knee, reach both arms up. And then exhale your hands to the ground, straighten through your front leg and fold. And then take a full inhale in this forward fold. And on your next exhale, rebend your front knee, step yourself back into downward facing dog. Inhale forwards into plank pose. Exhale, lower all the way to the ground. Inhale into your cobra pose, breathing in, pull yourself up rather than press. When you press, your shoulders lift towards your ears. So think of tugging with your hands as you start to press. That'll press your shoulders down your back and you'll feel your shoulder, the space around your shoulder blades engage. And then lower yourself all the way down and come back into downward facing dog. And then just start to walk your feet forwards to the front of your mat. Stay folded over your legs when you arrive. On your inhale, reach your arms out and up, come to stand. And then as you exhale, fold forwards. Bend your knees, step your right foot back into a low lunge, and then step back into downward facing dog as you exhale. Inhale and lift your right leg up. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Come onto your fingertips, look forwards and breathe in. And then step forwards and fold as you breathe out. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Exhale and fold forwards. Bend your knees, step your left foot back, inhaling. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Inhale forwards into plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga or all the way to the ground. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra pose. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Come onto your fingertips, look forwards as you breathe in. Step forwards and fold as you breathe out. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Exhale and fold forwards. Bend your knees, step your right foot back, inhaling. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Inhale forwards into plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga or all the way to the ground. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Extend your spine, breathe in. Step forwards and fold as you breathe out. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Exhale, fold right back down. Bend your knees, step your left foot back. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Inhale forwards into plank pose. Last time like this, chaturanga or all the way down as you exhale. Inhale into your back bend, cobra or up dog. And then exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Last time. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Extend your spine, breathe in. Step forwards and fold as you breathe out. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. And then exhale, fold forwards. Bend your knees, step yourself back into a downward facing dog. And then if you'd like to stay, you can, or you can take a vinyasa on your own breath. I'm going to move this camera so you can see a bit better. Once you've gotten into your down dog, go ahead and just take a couple of breaths in and out. Sorry, having camera issues. I want you to be able to see my mat. Okay, cool. All right. On your next inhale, lift your right leg up. On your exhale, step your foot between your hands. And then lift your right arm up and take a twist. Mine's going to be by my side because I don't want to move my arm, but you can lift yours towards the ceiling. Okay. From here, come up onto your left fingertips. From that extra space, see if you can take your left ribs under you a little bit more. Reach your right arm over your ear, and as you reach that right arm over your ear, press into your back heel. Release your hands to the ground. Turn all 10 toes to face the left, and then fold over your legs. Release your head down. Try to find a spot where you feel like your hips and your ankles are in line and you're evenly pressing into the floor with both of your feet. So the weight isn't too far back in your heels. It's not too far forwards in your toes, but a nice even press in the three corners of your feet. And then start to crawl yourself back to a low lunge at the front of your mat. Take your right hip in and back. Reach both arms up into a high lunge. Again, not doing it with my right arm. Take your right hip in and back. Imagine you had a block between your thighs that you could squeeze. And then on your inhale, straighten through your front leg, get a little bit taller. And on your exhale, rebend your front knee. Inhale and straighten your front leg. Exhale and bend your front knee. Inhale, straighten through your front leg. Exhale, bend your front knee, bring your hands to the ground and step back into downward facing dog. Inhale and lift your left leg up. Exhale and step your foot between your hands. Lift your left arm up and take a twist as you breathe in. Be on your fingertips and try to take your right ribs under you a little bit more. And then start to reach your left arm over your ear, press into your back heel. Release both hands to the ground. Turn all 10 toes to face the right and fold forwards. Try to find a place where your hips are in line with your ankles. And try to find that even rooting through both of your feet. And start to just crawl your hands to a low lunge at the front of your mat. Take your left hip in and back and reach both arms up into a high lunge. Again, my right arm is going to stay by my side, but you can lift yours up. Squeeze an imaginary block between your thighs and then start to straighten through your front leg. Reach up through your fingers. Exhale and bend your front knee. Inhale and straighten. Exhale and bend. Inhale and straighten. Exhale, bend your front knee, bring your hands to the ground. Step back into downward facing dog. Either stay or take a vinyasa, inhaling forwards into plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga or all the way to the ground. Inhale into your cobra pose or your upward facing dog. And then exhale back into downward facing dog. Inhale and lift your right leg up. Exhale, bring your shin into a pigeon pose. That right knee is going towards the right wrist. Your left leg can slide back. Cross your shin across your mat and then come down to your forearms any amount. Let your head relax. Try to find a place where your hips are even, so you're not dumping into that right hip, but you find a place where your pelvis feels pretty even with the floor. And then just start to come back up onto your hands. Step yourselves back into a downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up. Bring your shin into a pigeon pose. Again, that left shin is going to cross your mat. Your right leg can slide back, and then you'll just settle down to your forearms any amount. Start to make your way up onto your hands. Just lean over towards your left butt and swing your right leg all the way around. And then just lay down on your back, please. Have your knees bent. Press and your feet flat on the ground. Press into your heels and lift your hips up. Come into a bridge pose. See if you can then press a little bit more through the fronts of your feet. And then when you're ready, come all the way down. Bring your arms into a place that feels comfortable for you. And then just drop your legs over towards the right. Take an easy twist on your back. You can let your eyes close. And then bring your legs back through center. Drop them over to the left. And then bring your legs back through center. Stretch them forwards. Come into Shavasana. And if you'd like to do a little bit of meditation here, every time you breathe in, think the words breathing in. Every time you breathe out, think the words breathing out. And if your mind starts to wander or think, then think the words thinking and return to focusing on your breath, on the breathing in and the breathing out. And I'll let you know when to move. Let your next inhale be a little bit deeper. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And start to bend your knees and then roll over to your side. And make your way up to sit. Bring your hands together in front of your chest. Take an inhale through your nose and an exhale out. And then when you're ready, let your eyes open. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for bearing with me with the shoulder pain. If you have questions about anything, send me an email, kateforemanyoga@gmail.com. If you want more videos like this where I'm actually doing the yoga pre-injury, I have a bunch of stuff on my website. So you can join one of my online studio memberships. There's a free week that you can check out, kateforemanyoga.com. And yeah, I'll see you Friday. Have a good day.